What's up, boys? Road to Lamborghini, episode 34. We are back. As you guys heard, that's Road to Lamborghini. So the name's been changed back to Road to Lamborghini because the goal is bring you guys close to Jesus and take myself through a journey where I get close to Jesus. But physically, the obvious thing will be once I have the Lamborghini, and I just like that name more. But yeah, by the way, we have, that's obviously, I just washed my face. It is... Right now, it is 8:05. It was a 6:55 a.m. wake up, and we're back on the 6:55 a.m. wake up, baby, come on! And I've just realized we got 70 days, 70 days left of this year, including today. Okay, so every single day I'm going to be making an episode. I know I've said that before. Don't believe me, just watch. Don't believe me, just watch. Don't believe me, just watch. So today I want to talk about why your internal state reflects your reality, okay? When you look around in life and you look around, right? And by the way, everything's dialed in. Like I'm extremely excited. Yesterday, I spent maybe an hour just dialing everything in, literally cleaning my room, like making sure everything's tidy. That took like maybe 5-10 minutes, not too long. And then after that, I just went on, opened my notebook. I had to open a new one because my old one's already full. Opened it up and started writing down exactly what I used to write down about 5 months ago, right? And then I kind of became inconsistent. And now the last 5 months have been great in terms of like, I've been progressing slowly, but not at the pace I should have been progressing at. So that's why we're back today with the routine. Remember, this is really important before I go into why your internal state reflects your reality and how you can change your reality in this video, right? And by the end of this video, you can be like set on a completely different path in life. Before I go into that, remember, your morning decides your day. Your days decide your week. Right? Your weeks decide your months decide your years, and your years decide your life. It only takes 1 year to really change your life. In fact, it doesn't even take 1 year, it takes 6 months. Right? I know a guy who went from flat broke, homeless, literally couch surfing with his friends in America, right? All the way to within 4.5 months, or I think it was literally not even 4.5, it was just 4 months. He went to buying a BMW AMG, a black BMW AMG, retiring his mum, and he's making over 40, or now he's making more than that, but he was making over 40k a month. Right? And that's within 4 months. That's within literally like 120 days, right? Which is insane. So you can change your life very, very quickly when you change your internal state. So what do I mean by this? Right. So by the way, actually, before I go into that real quick, change, like literally right now, if you're watching this and you've been in the same routine, I know exactly what it feels like because I've been in that routine since college pretty much, where like there's been a couple productive days, but it hasn't really been as productive as it could have been, and then it was kind of just falling off and then being productive, falling off, being productive. And it's not like I haven't made money, like I made amazing money, more money than I could ever imagine like 2 years ago or even a year and a half ago. But it wasn't about that. It's the fact that I knew I have so much more potential. Right? And that's not like, I know everyone's got more potential, but I know I could be doing so much more. Does that make sense? So if you're stuck in that routine where you're constantly doing the same thing, don't wait till tomorrow. Like if you're watching this right now and it's 10 p.m., that's exactly what happened yesterday to me. It was 10 p.m. and I had a realization, like I need to change, right? And I spent the next hour. I could have went to sleep at 10, could have went to sleep at 10:15 after I'd had a shower or whatever. But I was like, no, I don't care about sleep right now. I need to fix my life because, okay, cool, I can sacrifice an hour's sleep, but I want to make sure that tomorrow I don't live the same day again. You know that frustration where you just feel like every tomorrow is just a today. Every tomorrow is just the same day as today, right? You have maybe one different thing because there's an event or your family's invited you somewhere or you're going out to see your girlfriend or something. But apart from that, nothing else changes. Your days just feel the exact same. That's not how it's meant to be. And every single day you're telling yourself, I'm going to be better tomorrow. I'm going to be better tomorrow. I'm going to be better tomorrow. I'm going to be better. How many times are you going to say that? Like, you know, the realization I had yesterday was, what if I don't wake up tomorrow? Like, what if I don't wake up tomorrow? What if there's no chance for me to change tomorrow? Like, I need to change now. I need to be grateful for what I have, right? And here we got the Bible, so I'm going to read out the scripture which I was listening to today, right? Or reading, not listening to, reading today. But like, genuinely, bro, you've got to decide, like, you've got to grab your life in your own hands and say, look, this is my life. Anyone that's part of this life is part of my life. And that sounds arrogant, but anyone who's part of it, they don't control my life. I control my life. I decide what I want to do. Your college teacher doesn't decide your life. Your mum does not decide your life. Your dad does not decide your life. You know, I was speaking to a guy a couple of days ago. No, literally 2 days ago. Quite literally a couple of days ago on the phone. And he was making excuses for why he can't start. He was like, well, my dad doesn't let me. And I said, bro, did your dad, because he texted me right the night before saying, I'm going to be late to the school because I went out drinking. I'm not going to say his name. But anyway, because I'm going out drinking, right? Because it was Friday night. I was like, okay, That's fine. You can say that. Did your dad know that you went drinking yesterday? No, he didn't. He thought you were out of he thought you were just out with your friends not drinking, right? He thought those friends don't drink. Okay, so you're still doing stuff that your dad doesn't want you to do. You're just making the excuse that, well, my dad doesn't want me to run a business, so I'm not going to do that. When I started, do you think my dad, who's been a bus driver and a school teacher, right? And I love my dad with all my heart, but do you think he would have been like, yeah, bro, like, go for it, man, chase your dreams? No. Like, we're not in some American entrepreneur movie. Like, no, that's like, what do you expect? Yeehaw? Like, do you think he's going to be your first client? Like, no, of course not. It's a very expected, especially in UK culture, for people to just not believe that you're going to do it, right? Even your loved ones are going to laugh. Even your loved ones are deep down probably going to talk about you behind your back. I'm sure my cousin, no, maybe not my cousins. I love my cousins. Well, I love my whole family, but you get what I'm saying. I'm sure probably my auntie or uncle or someone in my family is 100% being like, I don't know what Michael's doing. He's not going to university. I don't know if it's going to work out. You know, but now they see me live this life and they're like, okay, fair enough, fair play. But again, job's not finished, right? Kobe Bryant, job's not finished. But anyway, that's just to tell you, like, stop making excuses. No one else controls your life. You control your life. So right now, if you're watching this at 10 p.m., I don't give a damn if it's 10 p.m. Grab a pen and paper. I don't care if it's 2 a.m. Grab a pen and paper. Spend the next hour writing down your routine for tomorrow, your habits, your systems. It doesn't have to be your whole day, although I will get into that later on about scheduling your days because that massively helps. But it doesn't even have to be that. Just write down your morning routine. Once you do your morning routine, you have like 3 or 4 main things you need to do tomorrow. Do that. You don't need to be productive 16 hours a day. Just do those things. Build up a little bit of momentum. Once you have momentum, it's so easy to carry on, right? So, like, do you think today I've woken up at 6:55 and tomorrow I'm just going to ruin it straight away? Like, no, of course not. Right now, do I know where I'm going to be in 3 months? No, but I know where I'm going to be in 3 months as long as I keep on working every single day. Right, the hardest part was just yesterday when I went to bed at like 11:15 and I couldn't fall asleep till like 12. The thing that was most tempting was, oh, well, let me just switch my alarm. I don't need to wake up at 6:55. But I chose to. I forced myself to. That's how you have to operate. You have to force yourself in uncomfortable positions. No one else is going to do it for you. Everyone else is going to tell you to be comfortable. Your girlfriend's going to tell you, oh, you're doing fine. Right? Or your fiance, your wife, whatever. Your mum's going to be like, yeah, I don't know, he could be doing a little bit more, but yeah, he's doing fine. Your dad's going to say, yeah, I'm proud of you. You need to decide what you want. Your dad and your mum are probably going to be proud of you if you work a normal job, as long as you're a decent human being. As long as you're not a complete idiot, your mum and dad are probably going to be proud of you. So like you hearing, oh, I'm proud of you, that's not enough. Right now, of course, that is your goal, like as a kid. Like, as a guy, like I remember I was talking to someone about this. I was saying, if I did do psychotherapy, and if I mean, I don't want to say I don't believe in it, but if I did like really think like that was the best way to sort out my head and, you know, sort out my mental side of things. By the way, I don't have any mental problems, just to make that clear, but I'm saying like when you get doubts and stuff, if I thought that was the case, I reckon what they'd tell me is that your deepest like desire was always just to make your mum proud. And that's probably true. But at the same time, my mum's going to be proud. My mum's proud of me now. I'm proud of me now, but I know I got so much more to go, right? I know I'm going to have the Lamborghini. Like, I know I'm going to have the Lamborghini. When I have the Lamborghini, that's still going to be the start. That's going to be the funniest thing. That's still going to be the start. Because I'm 18 right now, right? Finished college in June the 10th, 2025, this year. Right now, we're on the 22nd of October, 2025. We've got 70 days left this year. If I lock in on these next 70 days, the amount of money I can make is going to be insane, right? Not even just the amount of money, the amount of progress I'm going to make. Right, so I know by like 19, 20, maximum, I always say maximum 21. I've always said that since like literally 14 years old or 13, since I had the big idea of having a Lamborghini. Well, actually, I had that since 10, but when I actually started trying and thinking about it more. Since 13, I always said by 21 maximum, I'll have a Lamborghini. If I don't, I've messed up. Right, and I know it's probably, hopefully going to be before then, God willing, but it's in my hands, right? I need to do the work and then God will flourish, right? And God will, not flourish, God will make your plans work well, right? So anyway, yeah, like win your mornings, win your day, write down a habit, write down your system, and you're going to be fine. But yeah, what was I going to say? I swear there was something else I was going to say, boys. I can't remember what it was now. I actually can't remember. But yeah, like if you're genuinely sick and tired, I get the complete feeling, bro. Every day just feels the same, you know, but you've got to change. You've got to decide what you want out of life because no one else is going to do it for you. Okay, I'm going to read the Bible, and then I remember I was going to say something. I can't remember what it was, but if it comes back to me, I'll let you guys know. Okay, in the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit, amen. So this one was, what was it? Proverbs 12, right? Proverbs 12, 7, 12. No, what am I saying? Proverbs 12, okay? Whoever loves discipline loves knowledge. Bro, the amount of wisdom in the Bible is unbelievable. Like, genuinely, if you're looking for get-rich-quick book, Bro, genuinely, like, read the Bible. It might not get you rich quick word for word or use those terms, but that's essentially what it's going to do. It's going to get you in a really good mental place. Oh yeah, that's what I was going to talk about, your internal peace, but we'll go over that once I read the Bible. How your internal state will reflect your reality. Whoever loves discipline loves knowledge, but he who hates reproof is stupid. A good man obtains favor from the Lord, but a man of evil devices he condemns. No one is established by wickedness, but the root of the righteous will never be moved. An excellent wife is the crown of her husband, but she who brings shame is like rottenness in his bones. The thoughts of the righteous are just, the counsels of the wicked are deceitful. The words of the wicked lie in wait for blood, but the mouth of the upright delivers them. The wicked are overthrown and are no more, but the house of the righteous will stand. A man is commended according to his good sense, but one of twisted mind is despised. Better to be lowly and have a servant than to play the great man and lack bread. Lack bread, but obviously they don't mean it like that, but you go. Well, I guess actually that is probably what bread. And whoever is righteous has regard for the life of his beast, but the mercy of the wicked is cruel. Whoever works his land will have plenty of bread, but he who follows worthless pursuits lacks sense. Let's talk about that one more time. Whoever works his land will have plenty of bread, plenty of moolah, plenty of... Right? But he who follows worthless pursuits lacks sense. Whoever is wicked covets the spoil of evildoers, but the root of the righteous bears fruit. An evil man is ensnared by the transgression of his lips, but the righteous escapes from trouble. From the fruit of his mouth a man is satisfied with good, and the work of a man's hand comes back to him. The way of a fool is right in his own eyes, but a wise man listens to advice. Oh, the way of a fool is right in his own eyes. The way of a fool is he thinks everything he does is right. He don't need no help, right? But a wise man listens to advice. I have 3 mentors right now, right? And I have the Bible. I have Jesus. I have a main mentor. I have all I need. The vexation of a fool is known at once, but the prudent ignores an insult. Oh! Whoever speaks the truth gives honest evidence, but a false witness utters deceit. There is one whose rash words are like swords thrusts, but the tongue of a wise brings healing. The tongue of a wise brings healing. This wisdom, you don't find it in any books anymore. It's only the Bible. Deceit is in the heart of those who devise evil, but those who plan peace have joy. Deceit is in the heart of those who devise evil, but those who plan peace have joy. No ill befalls the righteous, but the wicked are filled with trouble. Lying lips are an abomination to the Lord, but those who act faithfully are his delight. A prudent man conceals knowledge, but the heart of fools proclaims folly. The hand of the diligent will rule, while the slothful will be put to forced labor. Oh. Did you hear that? Maybe you guys didn't hear me. Maybe I need to speak louder. The hands of the diligent will rule, while the slothful will be put to forced labor. Anxiety in a man's heart weighs him down, but a good work makes him glad. Anxiety in a man's heart weighs him down. If you have anxiety inside you and it's weighing you down, good work makes him glad. You do the right things, you're going to be glad or you're going to get better. One who is righteous is a guide to his neighbor, but the way of the wicked leads them astray. Whoever is slothful will not roast his game, but the diligent man will get precious wealth. The diligent man will get precious wealth. In the path of righteousness is life, and in its pathway there is no death. The path of righteousness is life, and in its... Wait, hold on. And in its righteousness there is no death, right? In its pathway there is no death. There you go, ladies and gentlemen. So, I've got to go in a sec, because I've got my morning routine. Well, I've finished my morning routine. This is the final thing of my morning routine to do. And then we're starting a work day. Also, real quick, schedule everything. Write down your days. Schedule things in your Apple Calendar, Google Calendar, whatever. At the start, maybe don't overdo it. Like, as in, like, don't put, like, every 30 minutes of a day, because you might feel overwhelmed and you might end up doing nothing. And just, whatever it's called. Analyzing paralysis. I can't remember. I don't know if there's a word for it. Anyway, right, that's pretty much all for today, boys. Last thing, as I said, internal place. I'll speak about this more tomorrow, because I don't have much time right now. But fix your internal place and where you are internally, the thoughts you have, the vibrancy, the vibration you're operating on, the frequency you're operating on is going to decide your reality. Why do I say that? Because circumstances don't decide your reality. There's people who had the exact same circumstances as you, or pretty much the exact same, who are millionaires or billionaires. There's also people who've had the exact same circumstances as you, are in worse positions, are homeless, or just don't have any meaning in life, don't have any purpose, aren't even trying, are just being lazy, drugs, blah, blah, blah. So what does that mean? That means your circumstances don't decide where you end up being. Your circumstances don't decide your reality. What decides your reality? I'll tell you right now. TEAR. TEAR. Thoughts, emotions, actions, results. Write that down. Thoughts, emotions, actions, results. I heard this when I was 13 or 14 when I got my first mentor. Yeah, 14. Wait, yeah. 14 and a half maybe, like close to 15, but it was 14 and a half, I think, when I had my first online mentor, right? And he told me, TEAR. It was the first call we were on. Thoughts, emotions, actions, results. He told me, look into it. He told me to read, one book. I always add on an extra book now. He told me to read Reality Transurfing. I think it's by Vladimir Zelendorf. That's how his name's name. He's Russian, Donny. But it's an amazing book, right? I haven't read it fully, but it's an amazing book from what I've read so far. It's very, very in-depth. Not for beginners, but yeah. Anyway, my point is, boys, fix your thoughts. That'll fix your energy. Fix your energy. It'll fix your fix your emotion. It'll fix your actions. Your actions will decide your results. So yes, your actions decide your results, but not really. Does that make sense? Your actions decide your results, but not really, because if you're doing actions on the wrong emotion, they're still not going to work. That's genuinely a real thing. This is why your frequency over a long enough period of time is what materializes into your reality and what becomes your reality. I'll say that one more time. Your frequency over a long period of time is what materializes as your reality. So if you're operating on a high frequency, you're always grateful, you're always loving, you're always thinking in abundance, etc., you are gonna have an abundant life. You are gonna have a life full of love. You are gonna have a life full of things to be grateful for. Whereas if you're constantly complaining, you're jealous, you're envious, you're lazy, you're slothful, you're operating on these frequencies, you're not gonna get anywhere in life, okay? Your internal place reflects your reality. The reason why I've been able to do all these things that I've been able to do at literally 18 years old, and basically 17, because half this year I was 17, right? But 17 and 18 years old, this year and taking over 30 flights, being able to help my mum, literally do whatever I want, live the life of my dreams, go wherever I want, make money from anywhere, never have to work a job again. All of these things, as long as I obviously keep on doing what I'm doing, is because I always operated on a high frequency. I didn't always, but because I operated on a high frequency over a long enough period of time for it to materialize as my reality. This life I have isn't an accident. I designed it. I literally have a vision board upstairs, which I looked at, and I've told you guys this multiple times, every single morning for probably about three and a half years straight. Every single morning, and when I say every single morning, you don't understand. Like, you're like, yeah, 6 days a week. No, 7 days a week, every single day, every single week of every single year, right? For 3.5 years straight. And now I've got back into that motion. So let's get it, boys. Let's crush it. I hope you guys are doing amazing. God bless you guys. I'll pray for you guys. I pray for all my, people who watch my content, all my engagers, and especially my clients as well. Let's get after it. If you want to work me one-to-one, you want to find out more about what I do, or you just want to stay in context, I'm active on YouTube, but there's way more stuff to see on Instagram, then click the link in the description. Only link there is Instagram. I don't have anything to sell you. With that said, that's the end of this video. See you boys tomorrow.